It's Monday and it is Scope Day. Hello, folks. How are you? I have headphones on today because some of you said you couldn't hear me before. And so I'm going to wait a second. If you are on your iPhone, swipe to the right. Invite a friend. If you are on your Droid, swipe up and invite a friend or two. Happy Monday. Good morning. Hey there, MUL1212. Good morning. Nice to see y'all. Hello, Abuz. Hey there, Mad 1971. What's going on? Hello, 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 hello. So today we're doing a poll, and our poll today, I actually chose the Vision Alchemy deck. Today I actually chose the Vision Alchemy section of the polls because sometimes I find that if I just do a random poll, it can just come from anywhere in the deck, and I want you to be able to hear and just experience the entire deck at some point. So we're doing music alchemy, dealing with music. So you know the deck has 7 sections, and there's love, for example. I won't tell you all of them. There's love, there's nature, there's music. And today's pull will be from the music alchemy. I didn't pull a specific card. I just pulled a section of the deck, and now I'm going to pull a card from the deck. And so it is, your soundtrack should include music that speaks to every aspect of your being. Your soundtrack should include music that speaks to every aspect of your being. So the card for the day is this. Your soundtrack should include every aspect of your being. And so why did I write this one? Well, this one was pretty simple because, you know, if you love music, it speaks to every area in your life, right? So if you went on a date, a song played, that reminds you of the date and that person. If you had an experience if a song was playing or a movie came out and there's a score, you know, that speaks to that time and that era. And so a lot of us, we attach everything to music, and that's why the title of this scope is Each Decade Has a Score, because each decade does have a score. But there won't be 10 songs because it's 10 years. Your score for a decade might be like as large as Prince's discography or as large as Quincy Jones's discography, because we have so many songs that speaks to so many moments. And like for me, my preteen years, everything Star Wars. My teen years, everything Prince. My early 20s, it's someone sneezing. My early 20s, it's like old school hip hop, Buju Banton. It's a bevy of music, right? So it's like reggae, it's soca, it's R&B, and it's everything else. So every part of your life, every decade of your life has its own score. And what I want you to do is sometimes to pay attention to the scores. Pay attention to the music that you listen to and the music that you allow to speak to, you know, the experiences in your life and the times in your life, because that will stay with you for a very long time. There are times that I hear a song, I don't know if some of you know that song, Oh What a Night, late December 1963. I've switched it to late December 1970 because that was the year of my birth. Hello from Brazil. And so I love things like that, and I want us to always keep in mind the music that we attach to the times in our lives. Now, every decade has a sad song. Every decade has a sad song, but these sad songs should not be like every other song. You know, infuse the simplest things. Infuse music to it. Infuse, like, okay. So this weekend I did a half a marathon, 13.1 miles. Why? And it was actually the day of Biggie Smalls' birthday. So a lot of folks had like Beyonce Run the World, Girls Run the World, whatever. My cousin and I, true Brooklynites, we had Brooklyn We Go Hard. And that's just like, okay, that's Jay-Z, right? But for me, it was like Who Shot Ya? Because that's what I felt like throughout the entire run. And that's actually one of my favorite songs by Biggie, but it was like Who Shot Ya? And every time I think about the fact that I ran a half a marathon in Brooklyn the day of Biggie's birthday, I'm going to think of that song and I'm going to play that song. So that song, though it's one of my favorite songs, has been etched into the discography of my life to speak to what I'm doing and to speak to what I like and how I like it. For some of us, if you like classical music, I mean, Renee Fleming has her own section in my world, right? And so you shouldn't just say, oh, it's this song, it's trap music, it's this is my lifestyle. Sometimes you need to find that song that speaks to you and is soothing, or that song that speaks to you and is classical, takes you to another world, or it may be sci-fi soundtracks. But make sure that it speaks to something, because sometimes we want to go back to revisit a time in our lives, but it becomes kind of sketchy if you have nothing else attached to it. So if you hear a song, you kind of remember it like it's a movie. You remember it like it's a movie, because as the song is playing, you're like, yeah, I remember that part of the date. Yeah, I remember that time that we all went to Great Adventures and we were running around and the song was playing, and at this moment we were standing at the Ferris wheel, and at that moment we were getting on. It was that moment that I screamed, and then the rest of the day goes towards the song. You just attach the rest of that experience to that song, right? I'm right. Try it. So each decade has a soundtrack, and if you haven't attached music to it, try it, because it will actually help with the memory. So when you open your memory box, it's like a music box. I have a friend that everything that we did together has music. So it's a period of time in my life. It wasn't a long period of time, but every part of it is attached to songs. And I can tell you everything that we did because it is attached to a song. Oh, I'm sorry, babe, I can't do that with you. Right? So, I want you to think about doing that, and I want you to try to attach it and apply it into your life. And remember, your soundtrack should include music that speaks to every aspect of your being. If you're sick, when you're going into the hospital, when you go into chemo, do you have a soundtrack that you play? If you are a parent and your child is going through something, is there music that gets you through over the hump of whatever else? Yeah, really, right, Orvad? Whatever. If you are at work and you work these long hours, what gets you through? How does it get you through? How does it get you through? And sometimes you just need music to help you get through those processes. So think about it, apply it, and let's see what happens. Okay. All right. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday, and it will be great, oh so great, to hear from you about the scope. Thank you. Bye bye.